welcome back. It's Jason. I am here in Southeast Ohio at the Lazy H. And Happy New Year. Kind of crazy to be wishing you a Happy New Year on January 12th. As I look back, I'm kind of shocked at how long it's been since I've put out a new video with new content. I've been putting out some of my old content, moving it over from the old channel, and I appreciate you guys watching that, commenting on that. I hope you're enjoying that. I hope it's a lot of content you've not seen in the past. I've got the majority of it moved over, so the stuff you see going forward should be mostly new. However, this coming week, I'm going to launch 3 videos from the old channel that are all about my off-grid cabin that I had in West Virginia. It's a cabin that I built from the ground up. As I bought the land and started building, I started learning that utilities and the cost of bringing them in was going to be much more expensive than I ever imagined. So it became an off-grid cabin, and I learned a lot. There's some cool things that went on there, so watch for that. There's 3 videos that talk about what I did there right up till I sold it. So I sold it a couple years ago to buy this place. But those are coming this week, so I want to give you a heads up that when you see that content, it's obviously not brand new content, but if you haven't seen it, I think it's kind of cool stuff. Looking back at what the heck have I been doing and why haven't I been down here creating videos, it has been, a crazy month. When deer season ended, I did not get a deer. I think I did a couple videos there. I did not end up getting a deer. But things just get crazy busy after deer season up to the holidays. I hope you all had great holidays. Mine was great. Christmas was great. I got some nice things. I'm trying to think if I got some hunting stuff. I got a new LED lights for the side-by-side. I got a turkey fryer, hand warmers, a number of good gifts for hunters and outdoors people. So pretty psyched about those. The bummer of Christmas was my son, Eric. He woke up with COVID. So we did Christmas. When he went to his mom's, they figured out he had COVID, and his Christmas was over. He didn't get to go to his grandparents and celebrate with them and his cousins, so that was a bummer. It made for a week where we were trying to figure out where we still didn't get to make our trip to Dallas. We had bought tickets to go to the Cotton Bowl and see the Buckeyes play Missouri, and then to see the next night the Cowboys play Detroit. So we monitored him all week. Fortunately, by Friday, he was feeling better, and we headed down to those games. If you're a football or college football fan at all, there was nothing for a Buckeye fan to cheer about at the Cotton Bowl. It was a cool experience to be there. The place is decked out, and the Cotton Bowl is a big deal. Lots of fanfare going on there. Cool stuff. Disappointing, left me speechless, and by the time the game was over, I was just happy to get out of there. The next day we went out for barbecue in Dallas, had some great barbecue. Eric picked out a restaurant that was a big winner, and we went back for the Cowboys game. And when you walked in, the entire stadium had been fully transformed from a Cotton Bowl environment to a Cowboys environment. Pretty impressive to see them turn that stadium in less than 24 hours. But I guess if you throw enough people and money at it, that's what you can do. So we had a great time at the game, and great father-son time. So it was fun. We left on Friday. We returned on Sunday, so we were back in time for New Year's Eve. Had New Year's Eve at home with Debbie, just relaxing. Sat around on New Year's Day watching football. Good holiday. I had most of the week off between Christmas and New Year's. It was a good time. So I hope yours was equally good. It's been crazy busy. I did not make it down here at all over the holidays with all that was going on. Just too busy. I've got some notes here trying to remember what all I wanted to tell you about from that I did. So the holidays, Dallas, this sign talking about Christmas. This is something the guys that work for me, a couple of the guys bought it for me. They gave it to me. I was kind of speechless when I got it. I thought, very cool. I've been trying to come up with a logo concept. I want to create some hats, stickers, shirts, just some gear. Let me know what you think of that. I like the overall concept. We may tweak it a little bit, but very cool addition to the cabin. And let me know if you've got ideas for logo. We do use the outdoors is always in season, so maybe that gets worked into here. I don't know. if gear is something you'd be interested in and you'd be interested in buying, let me know what kind of stuff you'd like. So I'm going to look into it. It's coming. Other than that, so I came down here. I thought, it'd be a great weekend for me to get down here, do a few things. It's Friday. I worked all day. Thought I'd get out and do a little bit of stuff, but it's been so rainy and windy, and the temperature's dropping overnight. I'm actually heading home here in a bit, so I'm going to try to avoid the weather, avoid the potentially icy roads and twisty, hilly roads. Just get home and hunker down for the bad weather. But while I was here today, part of what I wanted to do, or Josh asked me, Josh and I talked about, and I told him I'd take care of it for him. He's got a beaver that has taken up residence on his pond, and he was concerned with all the rain that the beaver would be clogging up the overflows and potentially flood the pond. So I told him I'd go over and check it out. So I shot a little video going over to do that. So I'm going to share that. It is nasty and rainy, but I do want to get over and check out Josh's pond and see if the beaver has clogged up the overflows. If so, we'll undo that. Also want to take a quick measurement on his box blade to see what size it is. So head down to the barn here, grab the side-by-side, and run over there real quick. Well, that old beaver is working on it. You look down here, he's clogging it up. We'll go ahead and get the shovel, clean it out, and that'll irritate him, give him something to work on tonight. There's another overflow further up. We'll go check it. But they say they don't like the sound of running water, so he won't leave it this way for long. Leave it open anyway. That's what it's supposed to look like. There's a whole lot of water to drain off this pond, but that'll get it moving for a little while. I should have videoed that overflow before I started. It wasn't coming out anything like that. We got her going. Let's go check the other one. This one sits a little higher in the pond. It's here as a secondary if it's needed. Pretty full of grass, but I'll go ahead and rake it out with the shovel and see if we get anything moving, but doesn't look like it's been overflowing or flowing because the beaver really hadn't added any sticks to it. So we'll see if we can clean it up a little. Yeah, this one, that water is just low enough that it's not gonna flow out of that, but that other one is flowing pretty heavy. As you can see, the beaver had been quite busy trying to clog that thing up, and I don't know, he gets one every year, every 2 years that gets in there and does that, so he usually has to remove it. So he's gotten pretty good at taking those out of there. But one of the things about coming down here, things never go as planned. So I headed to the barn, put the key in the side-by-side, turned over the key, and just click, 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 click. Cold barn, weak battery, it was dead. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I need to put it on the charger, I need to do something, but was bumming. And I remembered that I had bought something sometime in the last year. It's been months and months and months. And I don't want this to turn into a commercial, but one of the things that I do want to do is share products with you that I really like. I am trying to avoid being the guy that takes free product and pitches it when I don't believe in it. So when you hear me talk about a product, it's going to be something that almost all the time I've spent my money on. This is a case of I spent my money on it. It's been sitting in the barn. I put a charge on it so that it would be ready when I needed it, but I really didn't have a need for it right away. So I got it out. I hooked it up to the battery, turned it on to jump start, and it immediately started the side-by-side. So very excited about it. As I unhooked it, I thought, I might need another one at home. So I've got one at home and one here. You don't need them often, but when you do, it's nice to have it. This one is nice. It has USB chargers on it. It has a plug on it. It has lights on it, so you can turn on, let's see here, lights, a couple LED lights. What else? It's an air compressor. So you can, air up the side-by-side, air up the tractor, whatever it is, up to 120 PSI. Has USB ports. You can test your alternator. It will give you a report on whether your alternator is good or not. So anyway, I don't want this to be a commercial, but it is a product that I'm going to throw the details into the comments section if you're looking for something like that. It's a product that I was pretty pleased with. So anyway, there's that. But that was part of my things don't go as planned. I had big plans to get some things done. The weather didn't help. The side-by-side not starting when I came back. I was getting texted that I was supposed to be on a call for work, so I was running late. But, all in all good. It's always good to be here at the cabin. Other things keeping me away from the cabin, Eric, my son, who's 16, he has started his indoor track season. So last week he had his first track meet. There were 30-some kids that were running the hurdles, 60-meter hurdles. He was in the first heat. I think he finished 6th in his heat. Made it to the finals, so you can tell it was a pretty fast heat. In the finals, he beat several of those kids that had beat him in his heat. He came in 9th, but he was the 3rd fastest sophomore. His teammate is one of the fastest kids. His teammate came in 3rd. And a lot of the kids were juniors and seniors. So, come track season, I guess they're seniors this year, so he'll be competing against some of them as a varsity track member. But I'm happy to see him moving up. He's doing well. He holds his own as a sophomore. By his senior year, he's going to be in a good place. So he had that last week. I was planning on being here all weekend between the weather and him deciding that he was going to do another track meet tomorrow. I'm headed back. He's only got a couple years of high school left. I don't want to miss an opportunity to see him run track. So heading home to see that track meet tomorrow. Certainly enjoy watching those. Other things going on. I hinted several videos back for a while. I hinted at the idea that I was going to buy something green. And then I released a video where I bought a zero turn. At that point, it's a John Deere zero turn. I love it. It's great. I like it. It works well. My son runs it well. It's going to be great this coming summer to mow. I mowed here at the cabin. It makes quick work of this place. Very, very nice. But one of the things I had been contemplating was a 1025R. And I had one in the past. It was a 2016. I had it for about 6 years, 150 hours on it. Really great shape, very low usage. Just decided to get rid of it. I had a 4052R. I wasn't using the 1025R as much. Made the decision to get rid of it. I was doing videos and talking about it. One of the things I felt like was it was a little dated. It's hard to talk to people that have brand new tractors when yours is 6 years old. So I let it go. I started thinking maybe I should buy another one, and I've pulled the trigger on that. So I've got some videos coming about the buying process. There's a lot of people that think there are no deals out there. And I don't think that. I'm a believer in negotiating. I believe if you don't negotiate, frankly, if you don't negotiate, you make the market better for me. Because if they can get more money out of you, they can afford to give me a bigger discount. So I'm going to talk about how I went about buying that tractor. 3 dealers, how I worked with all 3 of them to get the best price that I could. The tractor's on order. I don't have possession of it yet. It's coming soon. But expect some tractor videos about the 1025R. Really looking forward to having that. I'm not going to spoil what all I bought, but several attachments, several things we'll be doing with the 1025R. Other thing, what was the other? I had one other on my list here. Securing the barn. So I've been thinking about this for a while. The barn, I've got power in the barn. I've got security here at the cabin. I've got floodlights here at the cabin, not as many as I would like. But I do notice that it's dark around the barn. The barn is not secured the way I want it to be. So if you're still watching, I'm looking for tips. How do you secure your barn, your cabin, your house? What kind of security tips do you have? I'm looking for floodlights, motion detector lights, buzzers, video cameras. Should I be putting integrated video cameras with my floodlights? How about cameras inside, things you're doing inside? Looking for ideas. In some upcoming videos, I'm going to make the purchases. I'm going to install some things on the barn and do what we can to light up that barn and secure it So I'm looking for your tips on how you've done that. Other things, I think that kind of covers it. I don't want to keep talking at you. I'm disappointed that I didn't get out and do more, but we are going to be doing that soon. I've got a lot of stuff going on the Habitat Oasis project that I want to do, and I'll clue you in on those things in upcoming episodes. So good talking to you. Again, apologize it wasn't a little more interesting just watching me talk at you. That's not my intent. But we always say outdoors is always in season. Unfortunately, the wind and rain kind of spoiled the season this weekend. But I'll be back out there soon. So thanks for joining. Looking forward to getting out a video that has a little more going on in it. And I hope you'll join me again soon. So thanks. Have a good one.